Hi there. Good evening. Wayabutao, Wabevine. Today I'm going to teach Edo vowels. This is our third episode on Edo vowels. In our previous class, I talked about the letter O and the letter E. I did mention that the letter O comes up twice in our vowel, and then the letter E comes up twice as well. I try to use the diacritic to differentiate what we meant by the double letter E and the double letter O. I made ample examples, but for today, I am going to be talking about Edo vowels again. Edo vowels, there are 7 letters. Yes, 7 letters, but technically there are 5. There are 7 letters because we have E in 2 places, and then we have letters O in 2 places. That was why I started by teaching the letter O and the letter E. Because if you look at the Edo vowels, the letter O and the letter E makes it a bit difficult for our children to be able to do their pronunciations without stress and without being confused. So today I'm teaching my children option class to learn how to use the letter O to make pronunciations, and then to use the letter E to also succeed in doing pronunciations. So let us start with the first letter, which is letter A. First of all, we have 7 letters in Edo vowels. We have 7 letters. So, but we will start with letter A. We have letter E. We have letter E again. We have letter I. We have letter O. We have letter O again, and then U. So now I'm going to try to pronounce it the way we should pronounce Edo vowels. Don't forget, I have mentioned that we have 7 letters in Edo vowels, but technically there are 5. But because of the O that has a diacritic, which appears twice, and the E that has a diacritic, which also appears twice. So now, I'll quickly start with the letter A. Fortunately for us, our letter A is also pronounced as A. A, the way you pronounce it in oral English. So, but you cannot pronounce our vowels successfully without using an example that the children will remember. Like you can say Arevahi or Areva, Anihi. So when you say Areva, it starts with letter A, and it can be spelled as AREVBA. Areva. That's an example of letter A. Then another example of letter A is Asenogwan. Asenogwan. That's actually my father's name. Asenogwan. So it starts with letter A. And then we move to the next one, which is letter E. The first letter E, when you are writing our vowels, is the one without diacritic. That is the second vowel. That second vowel is letter E without diacritic. I'm still going to use, I'm going to do the demo tomorrow. I'm going to write it on the board to differentiate what I'm talking about. Let's hurry up. The letter E that comes first in our vowels is the one that you can identify when you write it without diacritic. That's the second vowel, as in Ebe. Ebe, that means books or book. Ebe, okay? Ebe is just EBE, Ebe, okay? And then you also have it in names like Irabo, Egareva, and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, you're going to write it as E. Anywhere you see letter A in Edo language, it's pronounced as A, Asenogwa, Areva, and what have you. Whereas the first letter E in the vowel, you pronounce it as A, which is EBE, letter EBE, but you pronounce it as Ebe. And then you pronounce Erabo as, you write it as E. The first letter is E, R-O-H-A-B-O-R, but it is pronounced as Erabo. And then you go to the third vowel. The third vowel is also a letter E, but this one is with diacritic. And this one that is with diacritic is now pronounced as E. The third vowel is pronounced as E, like you have in Egbe. Yes, Egbe. Egbe means family. Egbe, as in E with diacritic at the bottom, just a dot at the bottom of the E. Then you write GBE, Egbe. So the diacritic comes twice. The first letter E, we carry diacritic under, and then the last letter E will also carry diacritic, which means you say Egbe. Once you write E, G, B, E, and you put diacritic at the bottom, your children will be able to pronounce it, because what we have been teaching them since last week is how to differentiate letter O and letter E using your diacritic, and that will help you in the pronunciation. So let's quickly go to letter I. The letter I, unfortunately, that is the fourth letter in Edo vowel, but you pronounce it as E. When you want to say Igile, Igile. Igile is actually I-G-H-I-L-E, but during the pronunciation, you change that first letter I, because it's a do vowel, you change it to E. Okay? So then you have words like Igile, Igo. Igo is money. Igile is a family name in Edo. And then you have Ikbomonsa, I thank God. The Ikbomonsa, the way I'm pronouncing it, if you are not used to Edo vowels, if you have not studied Edo vowels to master them, you will not go and say Agile, Agile, whereas it's Igile. And then you come to letter O. The letter O, the first letter O, which is the fifth vowel in Edo language, is the one without diacritic. That one without diacritic is the one you can have a sample as Ode. Ode. Ode means road. But that Ode, the letter O does not have diacritic. You spell it as O-D-E. But the E has a diacritic because you said Ode. If you don't put a diacritic, it will not be Ode. Okay? Yeah. So the O is, this letter O without diacritic is the one you have when you are writing names like Osaze, Osazua, Osagedua, Osaige, Osamudiame. You know, make sure there is no diacritic at the bottom of the O. As soon as you don't see diacritic there, just go ahead and pronounce it as Osazoa, Osaze, Osagedua, Osarugwe, Osaige, and what have you. Whereas the sixth vowel is the O with diacritic. The O with diacritic is the one that you can use as when you say Oba. Oba. Don't go and say Obi. I mean, the Canadian kids, they are really spoiling our names here, but you don't blame them because they didn't learn Edo vowels. They don't even know how to pronounce their names. Okay, so the O that has diacritic, that's why I started with letter O and letter E when I wanted to teach Edo vowels. I knew from the one that Edo vowels comes as 7 in number, but like I said, you have 2 letters that appear twice. So after the letter O that carries diacritic, that you say omodame, for example, you can say omodame only when you see a diacritic at the bottom of the first letter O. You just know immediately that you change that O in pronunciation to O. Omodame, Oba, Osewonyeme, you know, any other O that has diacritic, you will be able to give example, and when you see it, and the only way we can make our children to learn this fast is to start writing Edo names with diacritic. Like if I want to write Edo, if I'm typing it now, I put a diacritic under the E so that everybody will get used to it. Or you're writing Uwese on your Instagram, please remember to put a diacritic in the first letter E, which is U-R-O-U. The E that comes first comes with the diacritic, Uwese. So anywhere you see E, just know that that's letter O. Sorry, anywhere you see E that is being pronounced as E, it means that that one needs a diacritic. So it's very easy to teach our children. Okay? So that's all with that letter O. So the last one is letter U. The letter U is so funny. Let me start with my father's name. Do you know that my nephews, Kevin and Kyle, they are friends? When they are pronouncing it, they say, "Hi, Kevin. Kevin, you swalele. Kyle, you swalele." They even call their dad, Adebisi, you swalele. Okay? And the Canadian man will tell you, well, we don't have letter U as you. So, but at the end of the day, I just feel that they are not used to Edo pronunciation. But when they are pronouncing usually, you don't blame them. When they pronounce usually as, or usual, it starts with U-S-U-A-L for usual. So when they are pronouncing Uswalele, they will just say Uswalele. Yeah, they say Uswalele. But the issue is the letter U, Edo pronounce it as U. That's the way we pronounce our letter U. We pronounce it as U, like you have Usunobu, Ukoni. Ukoni is kitchen. You have Uswalele is a family name. Usunobu is a family name. And then you have some other few names that starts with U, Uzebu. So when you make the children understand that any Edo name or Edo word that starts with vowel U, which is the last vowel in Edo language, should be pronounced as U. So I think this will bring our today's lecture to an end, with special emphasis on letter O and letter E. Letter O and letter E, they appear twice. The first one does not have diacritic, the second one has the diacritic. And technically, we only have 5 Edo vowels. But because of the letter O and letter E that comes with diacritic, it now brings our Edo vowel to 7. Please don't forget, Edo vowels, we have 7 Edo vowels, and the letter O and letter E has diacritic. So in my next lecture, I am going to make an attempt to write the Edo vowels with a Sharpie on the board, so you'll be able to differentiate, and then we write the names that you are expected to practice with. And then after that, we go straight to the double consonants. Yes, we have our consonants. We have our consonants that comes as 2 letters. I wouldn't want to talk about it today. So in my next lecture, I'll quickly just write out the Edo vowels on the board, and then try to differentiate what we meant by the diacritic and the pronunciation. Then we take it up from there. So enjoy your stay at home. Please be safe and do not go out unless it is compulsory for you to go out. And if you must do so, endeavor to wear your mask. Please, when you get to the venue where you are going, wash your hands. Once you use your hand gloves, don't reuse them, throw them away. Wash your hands, use your hand sanitizer. When you get back home, do the same thing. Enjoy your stay at home, and I wish you happy homeschooling. Ramadan Kareem, and have a good night. Bye.